Hello everyone, this is Manohar Reddy, Department of Cybersecurity, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today in this session, we are going to discuss about the different types of security models. So in the previous class, in the previous session, we discussed about different types of security attacks, security methods, security services. So how that all the security mechanisms that were implemented to understand the security services against security attacks. So today we are going to discuss these security models. So generally, what is meant by a model? A model is nothing but it is a blueprint to understand that implementing security services. A model is nothing but it is a blueprint or it is a example that initiate to implement the services. So here the security models. So there are two main security models that are used in when dealing with the network security. So to implementing that security services, we are going to understand different types of models. In that, we are having here two types of models. So one is secure communication. And the second model is secure systems model. So that means whenever the data is transferred to the destination, whenever the data is transferred from source to destination, there is a channel presence. And communication also presence. So how you are going to provide the security to the channel and how you are going to provide the security to the communication. So to understand that security for the channel and to understand for the security of communication, we are having these two models. One is secure communication model. So in this model, we are going to understand that the channel, how you are communicating from source to destination is to be secured. So here the source and this is the destination. This is the source and this is the destination, or this is the client or this is the server. So whenever you want to transfer the data from source to destination, in between them a channel is required. That channel is called information channel. So through this information channel, you are going to transfer the information from source to destination. So what you are trying to send here, you are going to send a message. From source to destination. At the time of transferring, you are not going to expose the message content to the other users. So the message is only handled by the trusted third party. They are going to apply the secret information or secret mechanism on that message. After applying the secret information on the message, that secret information message is going to be reached to the destination with the help of this information channel. So once the message is ready with the secret key, automatically delivered to the destination. And here the destination side, the receiver side, the second party, a receiver, you can say anyway, the receiver is going to see that message with the help of some secret code. So for this purpose, you are going to use the information channel. So this information channel is accessed by this trusted third parties. So the message is transferred from source to destination by sharing a secret key. So sender is going to send the message along with the secret key to the receiver side. Once receiver received this message, he can use the secret key. He can use the secret key to open the message or display the content. Open the message or display the content. So here, what we are trying to do here, the communication, whatever the thing we are doing here, the communication is secured. The communication is going to be secured with the help of a secret key. With the help of a secret key that is shareable. That is shareable. So that shareable secret key is shared with the receiver, so that the receiver takes that secret key and open the message with the help of that secret key. In real time example, we are going to see the different credit card statements or different Aadhaar cards or anything. So if you want to open that Aadhaar card, you are going to use your date of birth along with your name. So they can use 4 letters of your name and the date of birth. So by typing that name and date of birth, you are going to see the content of your Aadhaar card. See the content of your Aadhaar card. In the same way, you can use bank statements also or credit card statements also. Whenever you want to see the credit card statement, it is asking you to enter password or it is asking you to enter a key. That key is shareable with you by typing your name, first 4 letters of your name and the date of birth of you. So by typing that name of 4 letters and the date of birth, you are going to see the content or see the data of your entire credit card statement or Aadhaar card. So that is what we are going to see. This is the secure communication. So you are going to maintain the security of the communication. So by sharing the secret key, the user or receiver is going to see the contents. Receiver is going to see the contents. So that is what we understand here. In this model, there are 2 principal agents. One is Alice and the second one is Bob. So who is to send a message via information channel to each other that contains some secret information. So they want to send a message which contains secret information. In order to protect the secret information, the parties are nothing but third parties. The parties are nothing but third parties involved will perform some form of security relevant transformation. So they will perform some security relevant information on the information to be sent. So using some form of shared secret, that is what we mentioned, shared secret, that is known only by the parties involved. Such activities may involve the use of trusted third party to whom some responsibilities such as distribution of secret information. So whoever having the responsibility of distribution of secret information, they will generate or they will have that secret key. Or they are going to be sent to the destination side. So sender mail and receiver mail. Those 2, sender and receiver, is not going to know about that secret key, but the third parties are going to generate the secret key with the help of like name of the first 4 letters and the date of birth. So by typing that all 4 letters of your name and date of birth, the receiver is going to see the content. So this model is used for most areas of network security when the data transmission is concerned. So here, this textbook Stallings 2008 mentions that there are 4 basic tasks involved in designing a security service using this model. So how that secret is going to be generated? So design an algorithm for performing the security related transformation. So security related transformation, that is nothing but you are going to sharing a secret key. So design an algorithm or implement an algorithm. Then next, generate the secret information. So what information you are going to expose to the receiver side. So that information you need to generate. So like the four letters of the name are the date of birth of your name. So that is going to be a secret key. And develop method for distribution and sharing of the secret information. So you have to develop a method for distributing or sending or receiving and sharing the secret information. Sharing the secret information. And specify a protocol. So specify a protocol to be used by the two principles that utilizes the security algorithm and the secret information. So the security algorithm maintains security on that, and the secret information which is under the message is going to be received by the receiver. So to achieve a particular security service. So to achieve that security service, what we are going to do here, design an algorithm for security related transformation. One thing you have to do. And the second one, generate the secret information. And the third one, develop a method for distribution or sharing secret information. And the fourth one, specify a protocol that uses this security algorithm and secret information. So these four things are four tasks you have to develop by using this security service in this model. So this is what we understand from this security model, that is secure communication model. And the second one is what? Secure systems. So secure systems are nothing but the source systems or destination systems. That is nothing but you can say it is information systems also. So here you can see the network access security model, which contains access channel and gatekeeper functions and information system, which having computing resources, data, processes, software, and internal security controls. So this other model reflects that the remainder of the security problems that are associated with the protection of information system. So finally we are going to get the data and stored in particular place. That place is nothing but you are going to have that information system. So that is a network, or that is a hardware, or that is a system, anyway you can say that. So right, so that is what we have to reflect this channel and the gatekeeper functionality, and the information system has to be key. So here such entities can be hacker that aims to gain access. The hacker is going to try to access or gain the access to a system for fun and profit. So some of the attackers are going to access the particular systems for fun and profit purpose. They are not having any ethical principles, so they are going to attack or hack that system for fun and profit purpose. So a disgeneral employee, that is nothing but a misbehavioral employee who wishes to cause damage, or a criminal who wishes to exploit the resources for financial gain. So they're motivated. They are going to motivate that to attack on the systems, to damage or disrupt the systems. So they are going to destroy the entire channel or entire information system. So to destroy this channel or to destroy this information system, they has to enter into the system actually. So to do not accessing that system, what we are going to maintain here, we are going to maintain a gatekeeper functionalities. So the softwares, the attacker are going to write a software programs to enter the viruses or worms into the system. So to do not access into the system, the gatekeeper functionalities are going to be maintained as a secure. So the data is going to be transferred through this channel. Once the data is transferred through this, the gatekeeper allowed if and only if the data is to be authorized. If and only if the data is authorized, then he can able to send into the information system. If the data is not authorized, he is not going to enter into the information system. So if it is authorized, then it is entered into the information system. That is become as a data, and that is become as a processes, and that is become as a software. However, you can say anything. So this model incorporates the notion of additional software that aims to exploit vulnerabilities in the system and targets applications and utility programs. So these are all some mechanisms that understand to do not give an access to enter into the information system. So the channel is secure by having that secure communication model, and here the gatekeeper functionality is there to do not allow into the system. So he will verify each and every data is authorized or not. He will verify each and every data is authenticated or not. Once it is authenticated or authorized, he shall be able to enter into the information system. So that information consists of a data, that information consists of a processes, and that information consists of a software. So you can have any way this all the systems. So we need to protect the systems that we are going to transfer the data. That is nothing but we are going to maintain some gatekeepers or bouncers or something that are all provided secure systems. That are all provided as secure systems. So they can be classified as information access threat and a service threat. So information access threat are nothing but it is an interception and it is a modification of your data. So interception is nothing but they are not allowed to modify the data, but they are able to analyze and monitor the data, and they will give the modification process. They will give the modification process so that the message will be modified. And the service threats. So exploitation of service flaws. Exploitation of service flaws. So they are going to be exploiting all that services because of that threats are available. So moreover, in order to protect the information system, a gatekeeper function is used to perform access control and restrict the accessibility of the system. So whoever authorized to enter into the system, the gatekeeper function is going to use it that perform access control mechanism. So if and only if the data is authorized or the person is authorized, he can able to enter into the system. He will give the accessibility of the system. If he is not authorized or if he is not authenticated, then he is restrict the accessibility of the system. So if this fails, then some form of internal security controls are needed to identify any. So stop the actions of and repair any damages as caused by intruders. So if and only if the gatekeeper functionalities fails, if and only if the gatekeeper function is fail, the some form of internal security controls are needed to identify that any attackers are damaged or any attackers are entered. So that what you need to identify with the help of this model. So these are the two models. One is secure communication model, and the second one secure systems model. So here what you understood here, the one is secure communication. You need to provide security for the communication purpose, or else you need to maintain the security for the systems purpose. So you have to keep the systems have to be secure, or you have to keep the communication has to be secure. So if these two models are not secure, then the data, the network and the systems are not going to be secure. So the next security goals. So with that models you are going to implement some security services against security attacks. So finally the purpose is going to reach your security goals. So what are those security goals actually? So to achieve the confidentiality, so protecting the confidentiality of the data, one goal, and preserving the integrity of the data, one goal, and restricting the availability of data only to authorized user. Restricting the availability of data only to authorized people. So that means you are going to restricting the availability of the data for not authorized persons. So here protecting the confidentiality of data, preserving the integrity of data, and giving the availability only the authorized persons, or restricting the availability for not authorized purpose. So confidentiality. So here we can mention it as a CIA trade. It is a hybrid model that implement or that reach to the security goals. That reach the security goals. So what is the CIA trade actually? So CIA trade is a security model. CIA trade is a security model that developed to ensure three goals. So one is confidentiality, and the second one is integrity, and third one is availability. So that ensures the three goals of cybersecurity or network security or any security, which are confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data under the network. So of data under network. So the first one is what? Confidentiality. First one is what? Confidentiality. So keeping the sensitive data is to be private and accessible to only authorized user. So keeping the information is to be safe, or keeping the information is to be private, and also it is accessible to only the authorized users. So only the authorized users can able to use the data. Only authorized users can able to access the data. So that is nothing but confidentiality. And the second one, integrity. So it is designed to protect the data from unauthorized access. So the data is going to be protected from unauthorized access and ensures its reliability and correctness and completeness. So the data is not going to be modified, the data is not going to be deleted, and the data is not going to be additionally inserted. So the data is unique and the data is to be integrable. So that is only for access, only for authorized people can access. Only the authorized people can access. So that is the integrity. So the data is not going to be modified, the data is not going to be deleted. So the uniqueness is going to be happen here. And the availability. So authorized users can have access to system resources under the data as and when they need it. So availability. The authorized users can able to access the data. Only the authorized users. So that has to be available. So, and unauthorized persons are going to be restricted for do not access, restricted for not accessing. So these are the three security goals. For this achieving these goals only, the security models are implemented, different types of security services against security attacks. So methods to ensure the confidential. So methods and tools are ensured for reaching these goals actually. So what are the different types of methods that ensures that confidentiality and integrity and availability? So here the first one is what? Encryption of raw data. So encryption of raw data, that means you are going to be converted or transform the data from one way to another way. So you can transform the data from one way to another way. That is understandable format to not understandable format, or encrypted format to decrypted format. So that is nothing but encryption. Encryption is nothing but a process of converting data from understandable to non-understandable. And the second one is what? Using biometrics for authentication. Using biometrics for authentication. You can use biometrics by fingerprints. So biometrics for authentication. And the two-way or multi-factor authentication. Two-way or multi-factor authentication. So with the help of some devices, with the help of some tools, you can use this multi-factor authentication. So verifying the authenticity of the user, and you can able to log into the system or log into the mail or any way. So this is one method. So these are the methods that ensure that confidentiality of particular data or particular system. And the methods to ensure integrity. So that integrity is nothing but they are not going to be modified, or they are not going to be deleted, they are not going to be additionally inserted. So the data is to be unique and data is to be not modified. So here making use of user access control to restrict unauthorized modification. So restricting the unauthorized modification of files. So by giving allow or deny options, by giving allow and deny options of the files only the authorized people can access the files. Or if you are giving deny, unauthorized people or unauthorized persons cannot able to access this file. So that files having that integrity purpose, files having that integrity mechanism. And setting up backups to restore data during any system failure. So daily backup you have to take, so that if any data or if any systems will be crashes, the restoring data during any system failure, you can use that to restore the data. You can use that to restore the data, so that the data is not going to be deleted. The data is not going to be deleted. And version control systems also help to identify any modification by tracing the logs. So version control systems are maintaining some log of records. So all that log of records having the previous records and previous data, so that you can verify that the data is deleted or verify that data is modified, so that you will get the conclude and you will have that originality of the data. And the next, methods to ensure availability. Methods to ensure availability. So by installing firewalls or proxy servers during downtime. So some of the attacks like denial of service attacks are going to be make the use of server down. So at that moment, what we have to do not occur, you have to install firewalls, you have to install proxy servers during this downtime. So locating backups at geographically isolated locations. So you have to keep separate backups overall geographically, and they are already isolated with different locations. They are all already isolated with different locations. So that nothing but taking the backup and keep that backup into one location like Hyderabad, and one location like Mumbai, and one location like Chennai. So if Chennai data is going to be lost, then you can use Mumbai data is to be take a restoration. So that is what the availability you have to understand. So these are all the methods that ensures the confidentiality and the integrity and the availability of the users, availability of the systems or network. And the tools. So what are the, we are using some methods, but to implement that methods, what are the tools you have to use for confidentiality? The tools for confidentiality. The first one is what? Encryption. So it is the process of transforming plain data into unreadable cipher data. So plain data into cipher data. That is nothing but unreadable format using an encryption key. And the second one is access control. So it has some rules and policies to limit access to the resources by checking the credentials of users. So whoever is authorized to access that policies or access that data, only that person has access to data. And the third one, authentication. So it is the confirmation of the user's identity for providing access to the resources. So keeping the biometrics or keeping the face recognition techniques or authentication methods, that confirmation, that gives the confirmation of user's identity for providing access to the resources, using the resources. And next, authorization. So it verifies the user's access level and either grant or refuses resource access. So the particular person is authorized to access this level or another level. So that is what we have to do here, authorization. And physical security. So it is required to keep the information available and improve the robustness of the system during hardware failures. So if any system will be crashes, then we have to take the availability of data to be take backup and restoration purpose. So it secures business sensitive information like trade secrets and customer information. So anywhere, any organizations are going to be have all the data of customers or students. So if any devices are going to be failure, so you have to keep that all the data into another device, so that if one device can failure, then you will take backup and restoration from another device. So that is a physical security you have to maintain. So these are the tools that we are going to install or that you are going to install or download. So use this all the tools for confidentiality purpose and the tools for integrity purpose. Tools for integrity purpose. So taking the backups. So these are all duplicate archives of original data. So whenever you will take the backup, automatically the data is going to be listed. Duplications are available. Is that duplication is available? So need to remove or copying. So it is asking you like that. So you need to take that all the backups under duplicate archives. Checksums. It is a computational function that maps the contents of the data to a numerical value to check whether the data is the same before and after. So before it is modified and after modified, or before transaction done and after transaction done, whether the data is to be same or not, that is maps with the checksum field. And error correcting codes. Error correcting codes. So method for controlling errors. Method for controlling errors during and unreliable data transfer over noisy channel. So some of the channels were noisy at that moment, the data is maybe get corrupted. The data may be get corrupted. So at that moment, error correcting codes will help you to achieve the same data to the destination. Achieve the same data to the destination. So these are the tools for integrity purpose. Tools for integrity purpose. And the tools for availability. Tools for availability. So one is physical protection. So you need to keep all the data is to be safe in different locations. So if one location is fails, then you are going to use that another location of the data to be take backup and restoration purpose. So here safeguarding the data against physical changes like fire or theft. So if one location, one place got fired accident, then you will get the data from another location. So keeping all the data, keeping the data into different places. One is Mumbai and Chennai and Hyderabad. So if any location got affected, if any location got accidented, then you will take the backup from another location like Chennai or Mumbai. So that is the physical protection. And the computational redundancy. So it makes the system fault tolerant and protects against accidental modifications. So if any accidents will happen, or if any changes will be happen, then it protects the data in the particular location. It protects the data from the particular location. So these are the tools that we are having for availability purpose. These are the tools for having availability purpose. So once we revise all the topics what we discussed in this session, so here we are having a different models. We are having different models that to understand or that to implement security services. That to implement security services for the purpose of for against security attacks. Security attacks. So there are two models. One is secure communication model, and the second one is secure systems model. One is secure communication model, and the second one is secure system model. So secure communication model, you are going to secure the data, secure the message with the help of some shared secret keys. With the help of some shared secret keys. So that shared secret keys will be generated by some trusted third parties. Some trusted third parties. So what are the factors we need to consider to secure this communication? Means we have to do some steps. First of all, designing algorithm and generating the secret information, and develop a method for distribution of sharing secret information, and specify any type of protocol. Specify any type of protocol. And secure systems. So you need to keep the systems to be secure. So access channel is to be secure, and the information systems is to be secure. Information systems is to be secure. So once the data is to be not secure, the gatekeeper function is not going to be allowed to enter into the system. So these are the secure systems and the secure communications are two models. And what are the goals we are going to achieve? What are the goals we are going to achieve by implementing the security services and using security methods. So there are CIA trade will be there. That is nothing but confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These three are the security goals. So confidentiality is nothing but keeping the data is to be private. Keeping the data is to be private. And integrity, the keeping the data is to be unique and keeping the data is to be correctness and that not to be modified, that not get any affected by insertion or deletion. And availability, only authorized users can have an access to use the system resources. So these three are the confidentiality, integrity, availability. Model is nothing but the security model. It is a one model. And so methods that ensures that confidentiality and methods that ensures that integrity, methods that ensure that availability. So what are the methods? Encryption, biometrics, multi-factor authentication. So these are the methods for ensure confidentiality. And methods for integrity, so restricted, unauthorized modifications, taking backups, version control systems. These are all methods for integrity. And installing firewalls, locating backups, proxy servers. These are all ensure availability. And tools for confidentiality. So encryption, access control, authentication, authorization, physical security. These are the tools for confidentiality. And taking the backups, checksums, and error correcting codes. These are the tools for integrity. And physical protection, computational redundancy. These are the tools for availability. So by understanding all these security goals, to achieve these security goals, we have to implement different security services. We have to implement different security services with the help of security models, against security attacks. These are the topics that were implemented for to understanding all the security services for against security attacks. This is what we learned from this session. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.